Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed and watched any content on my YouTube channel. I hit 4,000 subscribers recently and over 1 million views, which is just crazy to me. So I wanted to celebrate this landmark by sharing 5 things that I've learned up until this point. So that way, if you have a YouTube channel or podcast, maybe I could save you some time by sharing what I've learned. It would have saved me a few years and some headaches. So these are just some things that I wish I knew when I started. Okay, so mistakes that I've made. Number one, worrying too much about social media numbers. Honestly, it's pretty pointless for YouTube content creators. And I found way more success on YouTube than Facebook or Instagram. So I used to spend so much time trying to increase followers on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and try to do the follow for follow on Instagram and all these dumb things. And what I learned was all that stuff takes time out of your day, and it's just a waste of time because it's much better to use that time making content and tweaking and improving your content, and trying to learn about your content, what your subscribers like and what they don't like, and then the subscribers will just come automatically when you start creating good content. So the whole subscriber thing, trying to find people, asking your friends to subscribe to your channel, all that stuff. I mean, some of that can work a little bit, but you shouldn't spend a lot of time on that because it's honestly a waste of time. It's much better to spend that time creating content and making your content better, and the subscribers will come naturally. Number two, the thing I learned is not doing video when I started a podcast. And some people I've seen still do this. They post their podcast to YouTube with audio only and no video. But the problem is, I think most people searching for content on YouTube want to see video. And so they're not going to listen to a podcast that's audio only. And my channel took off a lot faster as soon as I started posting the videos with interviews. And that goes the same for the clips. And also, not only on YouTube, but other social media such as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Definitely having a video component is much more attractive than an audio only component. You're going to get more views and listens and clicks. Number three, if you're doing an interview style podcast, like I am, a YouTube channel like that, make sure that you have on guests that either you're interested in or they have a big following. Even if they don't have a big following, but if you're interested in them, then I think it makes sense to have them on your show and take the time to do the interview because you'll enjoy it. And chances are, if you're enjoying it and you're interested in it, then somebody else will be too. And even if it doesn't get a lot of listens or clicks or whatever, you will have a good time with it and you'll have fun. And that's important. But again, if it's somebody that you've never heard of and you're not interested in them, they don't have a big following, I feel like for me, it just doesn't really make sense to spend time to do those interviews and have them on your show. And I've noticed that I can actually make better content and get more views by simply making a video without a guest. For example, I made a video about ex Guns N' Roses guitarist Izzy Stradlin, and that's one of my most popular videos ever that I made. So, really, any content you make, whether you have a guest or not, it should be something that you yourself would be interested in watching too, because if you're not interested in it, how can you expect anyone else to be interested in it? Number four, networking and asking for help. So I think I could have saved a lot of time by asking other podcasters or YouTubers how they did things instead of figuring out by myself by trial and error. I think it's really important to reach out to people in your field to network and share ideas and things, other podcasters or YouTubers who are doing similar things that you're doing on your channel. And I've also made a lot of great friends this way. So I highly recommend doing that. It should be easy to find most of these people. They have social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those kinds of things. And if it's somebody with a smaller channel, they're usually very excited to hear from someone. Okay. Lastly, I think figuring out what's important and what's a waste of time. So this is something that I wish I learned much sooner as well, because I wasted a lot of time doing things. And I'll give you an example of this. I used to do a personalized intro and a personalized outro for every episode of my podcast. And it took a lot of extra time and it was so monotonous. And I feel like nobody cared. Like, why am I spending all this time on every episode doing this? And a lot of times it was very repetitive. Like, what I would say in the intro was what I would use as the description that I would type out. And the outro was pretty much the same thing for every episode. It was, support the guests, buy their book, album, or movie, follow them on social media, follow me on social media, et cetera, et cetera. So what I ended up doing is I just dumped the intro altogether. If people want to learn about the interview that I'm doing, they can look at the notes. It's right there. It says who the guest is, what they're known for, what we talk about. And then for the outro, I just did a standard outro for every episode. So it says, like, make sure to what I just said, follow the guest on social media, follow me on social media, support them, buy their album, all that stuff. And that saved me so much time. And not one person complained when I changed it. So think about that with your channel. Is there something that takes a lot of time and effort that maybe isn't even that important, or are there things that you can do to streamline your channel? I think that can save you a lot of time and energy, and also reduce burnout, because I think you get burned out when you do a lot of monotonous things and it just feels like a waste of time. If you can get rid of some of that stuff, it'll help you have more energy for the things that do matter. So there you have it. 5 things that I've learned that helped me so far in this little journey. And I hope you found that useful. And once again, thank you for 4,000 subscribers and 1 million views. I look forward to creating more content and hitting that 5,000 subscriber mark soon. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day and shoot for the moon.